For some of y'all who thought he was just a producer and everything, he's a DJ too. He gets down on the ones and twos, so I consider him a turntable brother. So I'm gonna step aside and let my man do his thing. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real.
Night wonders in the building.
I'm with super producer, Knife Wonder right here.
What up? What up? What up? Chi-Town, you know what it is. I'm glad to be here, man. I'm going to Portillo's tomorrow. Portillo's is on my menu for tomorrow.
Well, there you have it, Portillo's, man, so you can see them. Anyways, so we got a few questions right here. So, Knife, man, like, well, I just want to ask you this just straight out, man. How'd you get the name Ninth Wonder?
It just sounded good, man. I wanted something to sound like a producer, and that's what it sounded like, the producer, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, sounded good, and I stuck with it, you know.
Sounds good, sounds good. So, Dream Merchant 2 is out. I copped it, loved it when I was bumping in the car over here. So I'm saying, like, why don't you tell people that don't have the album why they should get it, who's on it, why is it different from Dream Merchant 1?
I'm saying Mos Def and Memphis Bleak and Little Brother, and you name a few is on there. Saigon. You know, man, it's just it's a boom bap record. It's a record you ride and listen to in your car, and you can rap and you can rhyme the words real loud. It's that type of record, you know what I'm saying? And it's not a lot of records out right now that's just like that, just raps and beats. You know, just purely raps and beats. And I just wanted to do an album like that. That's why it's only like one R&B joint on there. But you know, that's what type of record it is, and just go pick it up.
Sounds good, sounds good. So you produce, you do many things, man, but you also a teacher at a university. Why don't you tell people about that, man?
I teach a hip-hop class called Hip Hop in Context, 1973 to 1997. We cover from when Kool Herc reached the Bronx from Jamaica, via Jamaica, all the way up to the day that Biggie died. And, you know, we teaching a bunch of 18-year-old, 19-year-old kids who really don't know about that time period of hip-hop that needs to know, you know, from whence they came from. And we have a good time. I teach the class with Play from Kid and Play, so we have a good time. Yeah.
So we understand that you have some students in there that actually are musically talented, man. M1 Platoon, that's what they call M1 Platoon? Check them out. Why don't you tell little people about that?
M1 Platoon, man, 5 18-year-olds, man, that two were in my class that kept asking me to listen to that stuff, and I finally did. And you know, we got together. I did some tracks for them. One turned into 2, turned into 5, turned into 10, turned into 16, 17 tracks. And actually, one of the kids in the group, he do beats as well. So I'm just happy to see that 18-year-olds still have that spark in them to want to, you know, rhyme and have fun on the microphone and actually want to say something and have a voice. And that's what M1 Platoon is. They're from all of them from Washington, D.C. area, and I, you know, I hope and wish them the best.
Sounds good, sounds good. So I understand, I'm not really sure about this, but do you have your own label right now?
I do. It's called It's a Wonderful World Music Group. The first release off It's a Wonderful World is The Wonder Years, which comes out January the 29th. And then after that, we got to see what happens. I'm thinking it's going to be my R&B artist, Tyler Woods, after that. But, you know, who knows? That's the first look. I think that's coming after my Wonder Years album. So we're going to see what happens after that.
Sounds good, sounds good. So you worked with many artists so far. Is there anybody that you haven't worked with yet that you want to?
Ghostface Killer. Like, I've said that in every interview I've ever done, you know what I'm saying? I think my sound melds with his, you know, his lyrics very well and the way he rhymes. If I can do just a whole Ghost and Ray album, I'll be happy. Like, I might quit doing beats after that, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's a dream of mine to work with Ghostface.
That's cool, that's cool. Let's see. Fruity Loops, you always be talking about that. People want to know, like, do you get, like, paid for plugging them at all or something like that, man?
Well, at first I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's a situation where I'm endorsed by Fruity Loops now. You know, I was in a couple magazines and did a couple things or whatever with Fruity Loops. And you know, is this a machine I use to make beats? It's the machine my house is built on and my cars and stuff like that. I never thought it would take me that far, you know what I'm saying? But Fruity Loops is definitely for me where it's at. It's not for everybody. It's something that works for me, you know?
So, I mean, like, I understand, like, Fruity Loops wasn't really that big, but once they heard you making your beats, oh, he's making it on Fruity Loops, people were trying to get the MPC this, MPC that. Do you think you're responsible for the one making Fruity Loops big for all these other producers?
I may be in the hip hop sense. I will, you know, a lot of techno cats use Fruity Loops. You know what I'm saying? But in the hip hop sense and throwing in samples and stuff like, I think I kind of gave it a name, or you know, from my side, a realm of the world. But I mean, other than that, you know, it is what it is, man. I'm just happy to see kids, you know, instead of doing something destructive outside, staying inside and doing something constructive and something creative with this machine, which you know a lot of kids can't afford MPs. You know what I'm saying? And if they can get this off the internet so they can stay in the house and be creative and let their mind grow, because we all know music, listen to music independently, and being independent thinking music makes your mind grow. And if kids can do that, man, if I can make a kid do that, then so be it.
So, what's your favorite Knife Wonder track?
Loving it. Loving it.
Why is that?
I mean, I just love it. The stylistics, I mean, that was genius.
There you go, genius. Knife Wonder, genius. What's your favorite Knife Wonder track?
The whole minstrel show.
The whole
Somebody not to like your music, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to take risks. You know, you'll find out there's more people that love you than hate you. You know what I'm saying? If you do what you're supposed to do and keep your music exactly the way you want it, you know what I'm saying? Things will turn out for you. I never thought it would, but it will. So that's my biggest thing.
Sounds good. So, I mean, we know you got a label. Are you looking for artists right now at this very moment?
Not really. My roster's kind of full right now. But you never know. You know what I'm saying? One of those cats might fizzle out. So I may, you know, do something else. But I think I'm pretty content with what I have right now. But I always, if somebody's talented, I always would give advice to the person.
All right, well, one more question. I just want to know, you know, people that are very interested of you, or probably if they got the album, they just want to keep following you, where would they go do that at?
Get the album, man. Just go to the internet and Google my name, man. Like, millions of stuff will come, you know, millions of things will come up, you know what I'm saying? But I know I understand how different people get music. Some people get music off the internet. Some people hate the internet and then just get it out the store. But I'll be out there on a more visual level, and soon, and people will see that and make them probably go buy everything that I've ever done.
All right, one more, 50 or Kanye?
50 Kweli, yeah.
There you have it, Kweli. Shit, so in Chicago, Knife Wonder. Get it right, people. Simon Says it's a privilege, man.
I like both of the albums, too. I like the 50 and the Kanye record, man. I have my days, you know what I'm saying? If I want to smile and be outside, and I listen to Kanye. If I want to ride in my truck and at nighttime on the wet, cold streets, I listen to 50. I mean, that's how it go. But they're both high. They're both needed in hip-hop right now.
There you have it, man. Knife Wonder. Producer, teacher, mentor. Peace.
Yo, this is Knife Wonder, and you are now in Chicago, but we are now out of Sonotheque because the big bouncer going to come kick us out. Peace.